When you experience a sports injury, muscle, or joint pain, you want treatment right away. Parkview Ortho Express provides same-day orthopedic and sports injury care without referral or appointment, offering diagnostics, x-rays, the region's only body composition DEXA scan right inside of the Sport One Parkview Fieldhouse. Walk in Monday through Thursday, 7 to 7, Friday, 7 to 5, and Saturday, 8 to noon. For more information, go to parkviewsportsmedicine.com/orthoexpress.
Hello, everyone, and welcome outside to DeKalb High School for the first game of a four-game sectional number 5 here in the state of Indiana at DeKalb High School, as we are set for the 4A Indiana High School baseball tournament, and it begins right here on SummitCitySports.com as we have a first-round rematch of last year's sectional 5 tournament that was at Carroll High School between the 15-9 Snider Panthers and the 19-8 11th state-ranked 4A Carroll Chargers, who were the winners of the sectional last year. I'm Balin Height, and welcome in everybody once again as we are set to cover every game of this sectional and the eventual championship of the Huntington sectional that will host a few Fort Wayne area. And two of these teams actually hold ranks in the top 25, with Carroll sitting at 11th and DeKalb at 25th. We will take a quick break and we will go down to the PA.
And the Carroll Chargers, and wish them luck in tonight's sectional baseball game. In the spirit of sportsmanship, we ask that all fans act responsibly and courteously to those around you. Abusive language or disorderly conduct is unacceptable and not welcome at IHSAA events. Let's afford the student athletes, coaches, officials, and your fellow fans the respect they deserve. Your cooperation is appreciated. Please enjoy the game. Now, let's meet the visiting team on the scoreboard, the Carroll Chargers. Beginning with your non-starters. Number 1, Peyton Burnell. Number 6, Kyle Goff. Number 13, Bowden Height. Number 20, Joel Ledger. Number 23, Connor Miller. And number 26, Michael Berwick. And now introducing the starters for Carroll Chargers. At second base, number 15, Cam Needham. At shortstop, number 7, Bryce Gender. The pitcher, number 14, Jake Sirk. The catcher, number 21, Sebastian Coons. Third baseman, number 28, Jared Hanshoe. First baseman, number 3, Micah Fretz. Batting, number 7, the designated hitter, number 11, Lincoln Lance. Center fielder, number 10, Jacob McCullough. Right fielder, number 19, Eddie Bransfield. Left field, number 12, Connor Starkey. Head coach for the Chargers is Dave Kinder. Assistant coaches for Carroll are Brett Windmiller, Andy McManama, Ray Wardell, and Logan Lee. Now introducing the home team on the scoreboard, the Fort Wayne Snider Panthers. Beginning with the non-starters. Number 4, Ethan Hoover. Number 8, Carson Carney. Number 10, Nigel Bond. Number 14, Tyler Mack. Number 15, Caleb Roper. Number 17, Braden Shin. Number 18, Kyle Oswald. Number 20, Kay Henson. And number 24, Colby Humbarger. Now introducing your starters for Fort Wayne Snider. The pitcher, number 26, Darren Swanson. The catcher, number 6, Reese Coons. Batting in the third position, designated hitter, Bryson Reinig. The shortstop, number 27, Trevor Newman. Left fielder, number 12, Jeffrey Colbert. First baseman, number 1, Simon Delnier. Center fielder, number 21, Austin Brewer. Right fielder, number 3, Cameron Miller. Third baseman, number 7, Dominic Geisler. And second baseman, number 13, Drew Day. Head coach for the Panthers is Mark Skelton. Assistant coaches for Snider are Bruce Meyer, Josh Kuchenberg, Rob Hale, Tim McGrady, Eric Cirillo, Braden Phelps, and Peyton Beeker. Umpiring tonight's game is James Craig, John Stoltzfus, Randall Groves. At this time, we would like to invite all fans to stand and honor our country with the playing of our national anthem.
Services you need every step of the way, offering innovative treatment techniques to get you or the athlete you love back in play. Reaching higher, pushing further. Parkview Sports Medicine. Game on.
I chose St. Francis because they made a promise that I would have real-world experience that I could take when I graduated, and they delivered on that promise. For me, the classroom only gets you so far, so they're setting you up with an internship. I had a mentor that they...
Austin Brew, center fielder, now up to bat. And that one's a 4 called strike. Shirk starting to find his spots. After some ground balls scooted their way through the infield. And that one shot back to the Snider dugout. Watch out. And I think everyone's all right, but it did hit one of the players right in the chest. A couple of smiles and nods over there. I think everybody's all right. But these open gated dugouts really close to play. As now come home. And on the corner, brings him up. So Shirk gets back-to-back strikeouts. Make it 3 for him in the ball game and gets out of the inning. So all 3 outs of the inning retired via the K. But the Panthers strike for 3 hits and 1 run as we'll head to the top of the second inning here on Summit City Sports from DeKalb High School.
Here we go, base runners. Good job, Jake.
Both runners were running, play coming home.
From the crucial plays to the highlight of the game to the victory celebration, we are there. Summit City Sports isn't just a business, It's a group of companies investing in the youth of Fort Wayne athletics.
It's because of Parkview Sports Medicine, because of Kelly Automotive Group, Indiana Wesleyan University, University of St. Francis, and Big Eye Fish, that we can produce our broadcast viewed by hundreds of thousands in Northeast Indiana.
Support Summit City Sports. Become a sponsor. Join our winning team today.
Welcome back here to sectional number 5 in the state of Indiana at DeKalb High School on Balin Height. A pretty good display in that first inning by both pitchers. Snider with the 1 run, but Jake Shirk really didn't do a whole lot to get himself in trouble. Pitch to contact, and a couple of those balls fell right through the infield. One error attributed to one of those runs, or to the 1 run, as it'll go unearned for Shirk. And now for the Chargers, number 21, the catcher, Reese Coons, steps in against Swanson, who had a 1-2-3 inning last time out. So Shirk with 3 strikeouts and a 1-2-3 inning for Swanson. As that one's in for a strike. So 1-1 to Coons. And now 1-2 to Coons. Carroll still looking for their first hit. Some nice defensive play out and left field by Jeffrey Tolbert. Kept the Chargers from getting their first hit of the game and ended the first or top of the first. As Coons fights that one off, now 1-2 to him. And he swings right through that. Strikeout for Darren Swanson. And the first 4 batters of the game before the Chargers retired. So now Jared Hanshu will take a crack at Darren Swanson. Apologize for the... Once again, we apologize for the internet problems. So we'll get things ironed out and fixed, hopefully, by Friday night. So we got 2 games Friday night live, but internet continues to be an issue out here. As Needon's on that last bat. Flew out to the second baseman for the first out of the inning for Swanson. And that one shot foul down the first base line. Bryce Ginder, the senior. So we'll throw the scoreboard back up. Sits in with a 1-2 count and 1 out in the inning. Just gets a piece of that one, did Ginder. Kind of a hesitation swing. Keeps him alive. Ginder, senior. And that one low. Ginder just held off. Brings a count to 2-2. 2-hitter tonight for the Chargers. 368 on the season. Highest batting average on the team. He's got 87 at-bats in 27 games for the Chargers. Carroll looking to get another start to an inning going with 1 out as Ginder shoots that one down the right field line. That'll be fair. And it's going to be a double for Bryce Ginder. So Chargers looking to strike with some 1-out magic once again here in the top of the 3rd inning. Ginder, son of Dan Ginder, athletic director at Carroll High School. And actually the nephew of head coach Dave Ginder. As Jake Shirk, gets a piece of that one, shoots it into the gap in left field. And runners will be held up at second and third. So once again, back-to-back hits for the Chargers, and they've got some magic working. Runners in scoring position, second and third, just the 1 out. And it'll be Sebastian Coons
Now batting
Up to bat for the Chargers.
21,
Cleanup hitter for Carroll. 5 hits for Carroll now, outnumbers the 3 that Snider was able to get in their first time around. First pitch is out, 1-0. Panther infield is in. And Coons will shoot that off foul towards the bullpen. Evens the count 1-1. Carroll, who last faced off against Dwenger out of the SAC, lost. That was a game Monday night, so Carroll pretty fresh off a plane. Same for the Panthers. And that one's up and out, 2-1. Now to Coons at the plate. And Coons takes strike number 2, puts the count at 2-2. Coons struck out in his last time around. That one's low. Brings the count to full. Now the infield. Second and shortstop back just a little bit for the Panthers. While third baseman steps back now. And Coons fouls it off again. Another long at bat. 7 pitch at bat right now for Coons. And Coons shoots that out in the left field. It'll be playable though, as both the outfielders couldn't find it once again, having trouble with the sun. The throw is lofted past third baseman. So an error, a 2-base error, keeps the base runners where they're at, with the exception of the 1 run scored. So now 4-1 Carroll.
Now batting
And the errors.
for Carroll, number 28, Hanshu.
Starting to pile up right now for the Panthers. It's Jared Hanch, who started off the scoring for Carroll in the last inning, back to the plate once again. So that's the second time tonight, actually third time tonight, we've seen Tolbert, the left fielder, and Brewer, the center fielder for the Panthers, a little miscommunication and not being able to find the ball as pickoff attempt back to second base. That's Bowden Height, the pinch runner. And at second base, courtesy runner, excuse me, for the pitcher Jake Shirk, is in relation to myself, my younger brother Bowden, just a sophomore. And that pitch is in and low. Just 1 out. Carroll looking to add on some more runs. All 4 of the runs for Carroll have come with 1 out in this ball game. Pickoff attempt to second base. Height back in it safely. Excuse me, that was Coons, who the courtesy runner came in for. Got that last hit. And Henshaw fouls it off for the first strike, 1-1. Winner of this game will advance Friday night's 8 p.m. match. as Fort Wayne Northrop awaits the winner of this one. As that one's in and low, 2-1 now the count. Hanshu looking to become the first batter in this Carroll lineup to make it 2 hits. Already with 1. Single for him, now the count 3-1. Carroll last year as Hanshu takes the walk. So now the bases are loaded for Carroll with just 1 out. And probably not the guy you want to see at the plate if you're drawing Swanson. Somebody who homered, a 2-run homer in his last at-bat was Micah Fretz. Now a chance with the bases loaded to do a little bit more damage. We'll get a meeting on the mound for the Panthers, and actually going to be a pitching change. So Swanson's day is done. Just 2 1/3 for Swanson. Deron Swanson, who the Chargers got to very, very quickly, was kind of the workhorse of this Panthers rotation. 35 innings pitched for him on the season and 39 strikeouts and a 2.40 ERA through the most games pitched for the Panthers. So now, new pitcher into the game will be Jeffrey Tolbert, the senior for the Panthers. Tolbert, another solid pitcher for the Panthers. 25 innings for him on the season. 8 appearances for him. 5-4 record. 26 strikeouts and a 3.64 ERA. A little bit of trouble with the walk though. 18 strikeouts to 26 strikeouts, or 18 walks, to 26 strikeouts, and 13 earned runs for Tolbert on the mound on the season. But he does hold a 4-0 record. So, to get a game reset, Carroll scored their first 2 runs, or their first run, on a Micah Fretz home run back in the top of the 2nd inning. And then following Fretz, it was Lincoln Lance, number 11. Chargers went back-to-back bombs for Carroll. Lance, the DH in today's ball game, made it 3-1. Snider got their first run in the bottom of the 1st inning. And then the run, last run came on a 2-base error for Sebastian Coons as Fretz takes the first pitch he sees high. So a new pitcher into the ballgame for the Panthers. Bases are loaded. Jake Shirk, Bowden Height at second, and Jared Hanshu at first. So the Chargers have some speed on the base pass. Big hit could clear him before Fretz. That one's out 2-0. Now with the bases loaded, you got to be wary of the walk if you're Tolbert. As he takes that one, and Fretz pops it back behind the backstop. Mentioned, not a whole lot of room back behind that backstop, so a potential passed ball might not be enough for Shirk to score from first. Tolbert delivers. That one's out. Nice job of Coons. Range over and grab it. Keep the runners right where they're at. 3-1 the count, though. If you're Tolbert, you got to throw a good pitch. And if you're Fretz, you're looking for something similar to the last inning. As that one's up and out. And a bases loaded walk for Micah Fretz. So an RBI for him, 3 in the game. And Carroll's run leads to 5-1. Still just the 1 out. And Lincoln Lance, who also went yard in his last at-bat, up to bat for the Chargers. So Height slides over to third, Hanshu over to second. Now Fretz on first. Are your base runners for Carroll. That one's out for a ball. corners are in just a bit for the Panthers in the infield. And second shortstop playing back behind the runner. Tolbert throws that one in just outside, and Coons went for a check. It frets at first base, and the ball fell out of the reach of first baseman Simon Dellinger. Goes into right field, and the runners move up. Carroll adds another run, 6-1 now. Runners at second and third. It's Bowden Heights scoring the run for Carroll on the errant throw and the error from Reese Coons. Lance, Center Grove, Crown Point, Bloomington North, Penn, and Jasper, your top 5
Good job here.
in the Class 4A rankings. As that one's out for a ball, 2-2 now the count. 3-2, excuse me, the count. Full count for Lance. Fisher's not featured in the top 25 rankings. That was a team that eliminated the Chargers last year, as they were our representative from the Sectional 5. They were eliminated in the regional championship down at Lafayette. Lance keeps the at bat alive, 3-2, after fouling that last one off. Not that it's played a factor yet in today's ball game, but 120 pitch limit in postseason play for a pitcher. As Lance shoots that into center field, and it'll get down. That was Austin Brewer who tried to dive in and save the run. Nice effort by him out in center field. But the run will score, just one for the Chargers. As Lance an RBI single. His second RBI of the game, and the 7th run for Carroll crosses the plate. So now Eddie Bransfield in the bat for Carroll. Bransfield out in right field today for the Chargers. Is hitless, 0 for 1. First time through. Bransfield looks to lay down a bunt right back to the pitcher, Tolbert. He'll go home, and they'll get frets at the plate. So they're looking for a sacrifice squeeze. Or the Chargers. Bransfield, though, doesn't get tagged out. And runners are at first and second with 2 outs now for Snider. Trying to get creative. Couldn't bring across frets. Nice play by Coons at covering the plate. Getting the out. Nice delivery from Tolbert. Gets the second out of the inning, and a big one for Snider, as it's a 4-run third inning so far for Carroll. And the bottom of the order around Connor Starkey. Trying to look to extend things with 2 outs. And Starkey gets a hold of that one, pops it out of the infield, though. And it'll roll to the shortstop, who gets it to Simon Dellinger. And a little bit of a close play down at first base, but Snider finally gets out of the inning, but not before the Chargers score 4 more runs. 7-1 is the score. We'll take a quick break. When we return, bottom of the third inning on SummitCitySports.com.
Stop the order. Strike 1. Still mix in. Get strike 1.
Kelly Automotive Group is simple, transparent, reliable. Simple. Our customer specialists make buying a car easy and fun. Transparent. Our price listed is the best price. No hassle, no gimmicks. Reliable. Buy with confidence and peace of mind. We work hard to ensure the best value however you shop. Choose from over 60 vehicles under $10,000. Visit drivekelly.com. The Kelly Automotive Group. Simple, transparent, reliable.
Both runners were running, play coming home.
From the crucial plays to the highlight of the game to the victory celebration, we are there. Summit City Sports isn't just a business. It's a group of companies investing in the youth of Fort Wayne athletics.
It's because of Parkview Sports Medicine, because of Kelly Automotive Group, Indiana Wesleyan University, University of St. Francis, and Big Eye Fish.
Welcome back to DeKalb High School, bottom of the third inning in the first game of the 5A sectional. as Carroll has a commanding 7-1 lead after a 3-run second inning and a 4-run third inning. Jake Shirk looking to settle in on the mound for Carroll. Ahead early 0-2. On the top of the order, Duron Swanson, who was the pitcher in this ballgame, but he was knocked out after giving up a few runs, and on 3 pitches, Shirk sets him down for another strikeout. Shirk 4 Ks through 2 and a third pitched. Leads all Carroll pitchers with 49 strikeouts on the season, so no surprise that Shirk is ringing him up early. As that one's out for a ball. Reese Coons, the catcher, now up to bat for Snider. And he gets just a piece of that one. It's a tough play for the third baseman. Hanshui bobbles it, and Fretz says hold the throw. So Snider able to get a base runner on with just 1 out in the inning. It was a tough play kind of off the bat. A little bit of a thicker cut infield grass out here at DeKalb, as that ball didn't really roll a whole lot. It was a long play for Hanshu to come in and make. So a little bit of action now for the Panthers, as they've got some action down in the bullpen. Taking a look down the right field line. Can't quite get a number on who it is out there warming up for them. And that one's in for a strike on Reinig. Bryson Reinig, the DH in today's ball game. DHing for Trevor Newton. 1-1 the count, as Reinig just kind of gets a piece of that, and it'll fall. It'll be 1 out at second, but there'll be no play at first, as the way that ball kind of fell in, and Yinder couldn't tell if he was quite close enough to grab it, and just kind of fell right in front of him, really lost its steam. But easy out at second base for Carroll. And 2 outs here with just the runner now at first in Reinig. 12, Jeffrey Tolbert, who's now on the mound for the Panthers, up to plate. Swinging first strike for Jake Shirk. And that one's low and in for 1-1 as it moves the count. 6-run lead for Carroll, as that one's shot down the right field line and kind of ranges in. It'll fall fair. Initially looked like it was going to be foul, and Reinig slides into third base. Now he'll head for home. Instead, now he's kind of caught up, and from where we're sat here in the press box, that one flies over the head of Hanshu. Runners will advance to second and third. I thought initially maybe Reinig might have been held up in a pickle, but back to the third base. And maybe a little bit of offensive action here for the Panthers. They need it, as the big man in the lineup, Simon Dellinger, steps up to the plate. Simon Dellinger, the tight end for the Panthers in the fall and football season, is heading to West Point to continue his college career on scholarship for football. First pitch he sees, swinging strike. Jake Shirk looking to get strikeout number 6, excuse me. Trying to get out of the inning. Meanwhile, the Panthers looking to get back into this one. That one's 1-1. A little bit of action checking in on the courtesy runner at second base. Can't get a number on that runner. And he came in to run for the pitcher, Tolbert. As that one's low. Good stop by Sebastian Coons to keep it in front of him. 2-1 the count. That one's in for a ball. Now 3-1 to Dellinger. Big spot for Simon Dellinger. Bats .215 on the season. And 2 home runs as he swings through that one. Full count for Dellinger, 2 outs, and stays alive, fouls that one off. Got a number on that courtesy runner. It's Nigel Bond, a junior. Out to run for the pitcher, Tolbert. As Shirk comes home to the plate. And that one catches the inside corner. I believe that's the second time in the ball game. Dellinger's rung up on a called strike. And strikeout number 6 before Jake Shirk gets the Chargers out of the inning. As we'll head to the top of the 4th. Carroll looking to put some more on for the Panthers. They lead 7-1 from DeKalb High School.
Kelly Automotive Group is simple, transparent, reliable. Simple. Our customer specialists make buying a car easy and fun. Transparent. Our price listed is the best price. No hassle, no gimmicks. Reliable. Buy with confidence and peace of mind. We work hard to ensure the best value however you shop. Choose from over 60 vehicles under $10,000. Visit drivekelly.com. The Kelly Automotive Group. Simple, transparent, reliable.
Both runners are running. Play coming home.
From the crucial plays to the highlight of the game to the victory celebration, we are there. Summit City Sports isn't just a business. It's a group of companies investing in the youth of Fort Wayne athletics.
It's because of Parkview Sports Medicine, because of Kelly Automotive Group, Indiana Wesleyan University, University of St. Francis, and Big Eye Fish.
Nice little crowd here at DeKalb High School as we're getting underway. For the top of the 4th inning, Carroll leads Snider 7-1. Had some questionable weather as of late here in Northwest Indiana area. But things have dried up a little bit, and the sun came out around noon today. Really warmed things up, temperatures up into the upper 70s, good baseball weather, and first pitch ball from Shirk. Excuse me, that's Tolbert for the Panthers out on the mound, and it's the top of the order for the Chargers as Cam Needon steps in. 0 for 2 today is Needons. As that one's up and out. Jeffrey Tolbert on the mound now for the Panthers, who came in relief of Darren Swanson. Swanson's day was done after 2 1/3 innings and 7 runs, all earned. 3 strikeouts, a walk, and 2 home runs given up. As Needons shoots that one into right field, and it gets down just in front of the right fielder, Cameron Miller. So Carroll starting things right back where they left off as the leadoff batter on base at first base. Needon's a sophomore, can run out there on the base paths. Going to have to be careful as he's got a couple stolen bases to his name. Bryce Skinder now up to bat. And he'll look to lay down a bunt as that one's called foul. Got a piece of the plate. And I think Reese Coons was a little upset with the call, as had that been ruled fair, I think Snider had Carroll dead in a double play situation, second, first base. But Ginder will grab his bat and come back for another hack. And the count will go to 0-1. Bryce Ginder batting .368 for Carroll's. That one's in. Moves the count to 1-1. Ginder already with a hit and a run in today's ball game. One of those 7 for Carroll so far. 8 hits for Carroll. And nice pickoff move attempt for Tolbert to Dellinger, and they'll get Needons. who couldn't get back in time, so a big first out for Snider. Halts the inning a little bit for Carroll as they had their leadoff runner on with nobody out. Instead, it's 1-1 to Ginder and nobody on. Nice job there by Tolbert on the pickoff move. And ranged over to make the throw to the first baseman, Simon Dellinger. 2 outs now for the Panthers.
Now batting to Carroll, number 14, Sir.
Jake Shirk up to bat. Hit for him and a run as well. 1 for 2 in today's ball game. Also doing the pitching for Carroll so far. His first pitch called strike. As Shirk settles back in, shrugs his shoulders, and gets ready for the pitch. That was shot down the third base line foul. Tolbert has worked pretty efficiently here. Just 2 hits given up and a walk. Threw an inning and a third of work. Came in relief for Swanson in the third inning. Up 0-2 on Shirk. And the pitch is a little bit of a waste pitch. 1-2, that one was up and out. Entire Snider Panther dugout up on their feet, as they have been for most of the game. And that's a good pitch, though. Just a little low. Nice idea from Tolbert there. Try to get him looking on the off speed. 2-2. Moves the count. .23 pitches thus far for Tolbert. Mentioned the pitch rule. 120 pitches eligible. As a foul ball down the left field line. Keeps the count at 2-2. Jake Shirk for the Chargers through 3 innings, sitting at 49 pitches. So almost at that halfway point for the eligible pitchers, or eligible pitches for each pitcher. Jake Shirk, the number 1 starting pitcher for Carroll. As Carroll and Snider, for that matter, whoever kind of draws this game has a tough slate ahead of them, because you're going to be facing everyone's number 1 pitcher the rest of the way. And they don't have that luxury of the bye. As that one's in there for a called strike 3. Tolbert able to get out of the inning rather clean after the nice pickoff attempt to get Needens at first. Rings up Shirk. And we'll head to the bottom of the 4th inning here as Snider gets back in the dugout pretty quickly. Just the 1 hit in that inning for Carroll. I noticed in that exchange there as Shirk took off the helmet, the blonded hair, frosted tips if you will, for Carroll. Always a postseason tradition for the Chargers to do something with their hair. Last year it was the Mohawks. This year it's the frosted tips, a bit of a throwback.
Now batting for Snider, number 21, Brewer.
As Shirk delivers in for the first pitch, swinging strike. Austin Brewer, the center fielder for the Panthers, up to bat. Struck out, in his last at bat. He fouls that one away. 0-2, the count in jeopardy of striking out again here. Shirk's been fairly effective once he gets ahead in the count. 6 strikeouts for Shirk already. Just the 1 run given up, not earned on 3 hits. And Shirk had Brewer all kinds of twisted on that one. And as a 3-pitch strikeout, starts off the inning for Carroll. And strikeout number 7 for Jake Shirk. Cameron Miller now up for the Panthers. Swings the first pitch he sees, 0-1. And another swinging strike. The umpire say he got a piece of that one. As the ball is thrown over the head of Shirk and into the infield. No harm, no fouls. There's no base runners on for the Panthers. But Shirk quickly ahead here, 0-2 again. This time it's on Miller, as that one just out. Pushes the count to 1-2. And back-to-back strikeouts for Shirk. Sets Miller down 1-2. Really starting to settle in now is Jake Shirk. Dominic Deisler, the eight hitter in the lineup for head coach Skelton. Now looks to extend the inning. 2 outs here for the Chargers. And 2-0 to Deisler. There's the first strike at the at-bat. 2-1 now the count. As the shadow's starting to grow just a little bit on the infield as the sun starts to set behind us. And that one's in for strike number 2, 2-2 the count. Shirk looking to strike out the side as Deisler keeps the at-bat going. Fouling that one off. That one's up and out. A full count now. 58 pitches in the game for Shirk. Snider looking for their first base runner of the 4th inning. And they'll get it via the walk, a full count walk. Puts Deisler on second and brings up Drew Dane for the Panthers. Dane, who struck out in his last at-bat. Takes the first pitch low for a ball. And that one's up. Swinging strike.
Watch the baseball here. Fight the third.
A 193 hitter is Dane. Finds himself with a 2-1 count and a runner on first. Shirk delivers and Dane gets a piece of it. Shoots it out in left field. It'll be a tough play for the left fielder out there. And Connor Starkey, as he tripped up just a bit, making the read on the play, but able to retire Dane, and the Chargers get out of the inning. The 1 walk allowed on 2 strikeouts for Shirk. And Carroll still holds a 7-1 lead here on SummitCitySports.com out to DeKalb High School. We'll take a quick break when we return. Top of the 5th inning.
Add on. Let's go. Let's don't sit here. Heads down. Keep working. Let's go. Add on. Let's go.
Parkview Sports Medicine is an integrated sports medicine team. We're treating injuries when and where they happen and working to prevent them before they do. We believe the best care is coordinated care, helping ensure you get the individualized services you need every step of the way, offering innovative treatment techniques to get you or the athlete you love back in play. Reaching higher, pushing further. Parkview Sports Medicine. Game on.
Welcome back out to DeKalb High School as we are over halfway through this baseball game. In the first game of the 4-game sectional 5 out here at DeKalb High School. Carroll and Snider kick things off tonight. And then Friday night we'll have DeKalb versus East Noble in game number 2 of the sectional. It'll be a 6 p.m. start. It'll be live here on Summit City Sports. And then the winner of this game right now looking like it's favoring the Chargers. So 2 Fort Wayne area teams are guaranteed to face for the eventual final matchup between either East Noble or DeKalb. As the first pitch, Sebastian Coons sees the number 4 hitter for the Chargers. He shoots off foul. Still Tolbert on the mound. And he delivers that one in to Coons, who shoots it to the shortstop and makes a nice play. Once again, Trevor Newton not in the lineup today, but in the field, and thank goodness for the Panthers as he's made some nice plays over there at shortstop. Retires Coons in the first batter of the inning for the Chargers. Now Jared Hanshu, the third baseman for the Chargers, takes first pitch ball. That one's down and out. 2-0 now the count. Carroll looking to repeat as sectional champions after winning last year's, as that one shot on the left field line and it'll go off the wall. It'll be a stand-up double for Jared Hanshu, who stands on second base with 1 out, so some more 1-out magic possibly for the Chargers.
Now batting for Carroll, number 3, Fretz.
Hanshu collects his second hit of the game. A walk, a hit, and 2 runs for Hanshu. Now Micah Fretz in, and Hanshu has to skate back to second base. It was a closer play than it looked like it might be, as Newton got the throw from Coons. Nice throw from Coons. Hanshu had a generous lead out at second base. Hanshu, a known base stealer for the Chargers as well, so you got to pay attention to him on the base pass. Fretz takes ball number 2. Micah Fretz started off the scoring for the Chargers back in the second inning with a 2-run home run. Lincoln Lance then followed him back-to-back home runs for the Chargers, pushed the lead to 3-1, and then the 4-run outburst in the third inning puts us at 7-1. For Tolbert, just focus on the batter and Fretz here, as the 7-1 score. Got to go after the batter, as that one's up and out. 3-0 now. You do not want base runners for the Panthers. A couple of errors have contributed to some of those runs as well in the field. 2 errors to the 3 for the Chargers. So the sun has been a bit of a pest for the outfield of the Snider Panthers. Lost a couple of balls, and a 4-pitch walk to Fretz puts runners at first and second.
Hey, line drive's gotta be through.
3 umpire format in sectional play and postseason play. Normally just the 2 umpire setup for the regular season, but as postseason play gets serious here in the state of Indiana, a 3rd umpire is brought in, as that one's out. 1-0. It'll be the same crew all week. James Craig, John Stoltzfuss, and Randall Groves. It's James Craig behind the plate tonight. All these guys will be rotating in and out as it's a 4-game set, so they'll be busy. Meeting on the mound between Coons and Tolbert. Trying to get things on the same page here. With runners on first and second, just the 1 out in the inning. Handshoe on second and Fretz at first for the Chargers. Meanwhile, Lincoln Lance at the plate. Lance takes a called strike, 1-1 the count. Tolbert checks on the runner and Handshoe at second, then throws the. Tolbert checks on the runner and Handshoe at second, then throws the plate. That one's out. Now ahead is Lance at 2-1. Lincoln Lance 2 for 2 today, 2 RBIs and a run. Had that home run. Back in the third inning for the third run of the ball game, solo home run. Fouls that one off. 2-2 now the count. And now Tolbert will step off and kind of recalibrate things out on the mound. They'll chase the runners back to their spots out at first and second. 2-2 count here for Lance with just the 1 out. Tolbert will come home, throws, and it was close, but it'll go low and bring the count to full. So after walking Fretz, Tolbert in danger of back-to-back walks here. Runners will go with a full count, and Lance slaps that into center field. Nice play by the center fielder, Austin Brewer, who made the dive and got the play, but both the runners had to be chased back as they were going. On the full count, and with the out, had to run back to where they were placed. Nice play out in center field from Austin Brewer, who had to make the dive. And long throw as both those runners were just a bit too far off the base. A lot of space out there. As that one's low and out. 1-1 the count to Eddie Bransfield, who's 0 for 2 with a strikeout today. The 8 hitter for the Chargers. Bransfield, a junior. .222 on the season is batting average. Tolbert deals and Bransfield slices it down the left field line, foul. Count now to 1-2. Big pitch here for Tolbert, trying to get out of the inning and leave the runner stranded at first and second. Panthers have some work to do if they're going to get back into this one. It'll be a big spot here to try to retire Bransfield. As that one's. Tolbert will check the runner at second. Gives him a double look and comes home. Bransfield gets a piece of it. And he'll be retired out in left field on the flyout. So nice job by Tolbert on the mound to strand the runners at first and second as we'll head to the bottom of the 5th inning. We'll keep it here. Take a look at the schedule the rest of the week for us here at Summit City Sports and the coverage we'll be bringing for these postseason sectional events for Indiana State baseball. As tonight we had Carroll and Snider, just the only game tonight. They will be live. Thad Goff out at Dwenger in Columbia City. That's a postseason, or that's sectional as well. That'll be a highlight package after the conclusion of the game. And then tomorrow, Thad will be back out at that same sectional Thursday for Lures at New Haven and Concordia versus Garrett. Dwenger would be the on-paper favorite, I believe, to win that sectional. That's the 3A sectional out at Garrett. And then Friday night I'll be back here. That'll be a live broadcast. East Noble and DeKalb will kick things off at 6. And then the winner of this game will face off against Northrop at 8 o'clock, or the conclusion of that game. Then Saturday it'll be at New Haven, not at Garrett. We'll have a highlight pack from that championship. And then that Saturday as well, we'll have the Homestead, or the winner of that Huntington North sectional championship. Two remaining teams left off in that one. That'll be a live broadcast. As for the schedule on Monday, we'll have this championship live, and then the nightcap game Monday night will also be live. That'll be out at the Huntington section. So the Saturday games are the Huntington North semifinals, as that one is fouled away by Deron Swanson. Jake Shirk still out on the mound for Carroll. And to follow that up, the Huntington Sectional Championship will be live at 6 p.m. here on SummitCitySports.com. So a little bit confusing, kind of all over the place is the schedule, but we'll bring as much coverage as we can, whether that's highlight videos or live broadcast, as Bransfield didn't have to take a step out in right field to retire the leadoff hitter in Deron Swanson.
Now batting for Snider, number 6, Coons.
So one out here in the bottom of the 5th inning for the Chargers, who hold a comfortable 7-1 lead. The only run for the Panthers coming in the first inning. And that's in for a strike on Reese Coons, the catcher. As that one's up and swung on. Count moves to 1-2. DeKalb, who is in this sectional, they're the host school, just falls into the rankings at 25. 18-6 in the season are the DeKalb Barons. That one's in and out. And if you play it on paper based on record, DeKalb has a pretty good chance at reaching the championship game. Just the one game they would have to play against East Noble, who's had some struggle this season, as hand shooter Fretz retires Coons. 2 outs in the inning for the Chargers.
Now batting for Snider, number 2, Riley.
So we will get a different matchup in the championship game for sure, just the way the bracket was selected. It'll be either DeKalb and East Noble facing off against the winner of this game and the winner of Northrop. So last year it was Carroll and Northrop. As Reinig, the DH, fouls that one off. 0-2 the count. Jake Shirk with 8 strikeouts on 76 pitches. Looking for strikeout number 9, and he'll get it to end the inning. Called strike 3 on Reinig. And 5 innings pitched for Shirk, 8 strikeouts, just the 1 walk and 3 hits, 1 run not earned. And the Chargers have rolled ever since that first inning. I believe all 3 hits for the Panthers came in that first inning. So we'll head to the top of the 6th inning, where Carroll holds a comfortable lead, 7-1 over the Snider Panthers.
The Automotive Group is simple, transparent, reliable. Simple. Our customer specialists make buying a car easy and fun. Transparent. Our price listed is the best price. No hassle, no gimmicks. Reliable. Buy with confidence and peace of mind. We work hard to ensure the best value however you shop. Choose from over 60 vehicles under $10,000. Visit drivekelly.com. The Kelly Automotive Group. Simple, transparent, reliable.
Both runners are running, play coming home.
From the crucial plays to the highlight of the game to the victory celebration, we are there. Summit City Sports isn't just a business, it's a group of companies investing in the youth of Fort Wayne athletics.
It's because of Parkview Sports Medicine, because of Kelly Automotive Group, Indiana Wesleyan University, University of St. Francis, and Big Eye Fish, that we can produce our broadcast viewed by hundreds of thousands in Northeast Indiana.
Support Summit City Sports. Become a sponsor. Join our winning team today.
Welcome back to DeKalb High School, where the Carroll Chargers hold a 7-1 lead over the Snider Panthers in the top of the 6th inning. It's just the one run in the first inning for Snider. Since then, zeros for Jake Shirk on the mound, with 9 strikeouts to go along with that. And that ball was given a drive. That's Connor Starkey, who shoots that to center field off the fence. And Carroll getting some production from the 9-hole. As Starkey, I believe that's his first hit of the ball game. Stand-up double off the wall. That one almost got out, just off the top of the wall. So now back to the top of the order and trouble, as it's Cam Needens, who's 1 for 3, shoots that to the left fielder and retired on the first pitch. Is Needens, so big first out for Tolbert and the Panthers. Meanwhile, Bryce Ginder up to bat with a hit and a run in 3 plate appearances so far. So 4th time through the order for the Chargers. That one's in for a ball. Connor Starkey can run out there on second base. 10 for 11 in stolen bases on the season for Starkey. Just behind Bryce Ginder for second, and behind Jared Hanshu for first. As another ball shot out to left field. And Ginder's retired. So 2 quick outs.
Number 14, sir.
To the left fielder, Dron Swanson, who switched places with Jeffrey Tolbert on the pitching change. 2 quick outs now. And Jake Shirk up to bat. And the first pitch is in for a ball. Jake Shirk also with the 1 hit and the run, as well as a strikeout in today's ball game. Tolbert checks the runner and delivers home for a called strike. He's now ahead 1-2. Excuse me, that was the second pitch of the at-bat, 1-1. Count evens up for Tolbert. As that one's fouled back in. Hits the umpire on the redirect. Home plate umpire James Craig looks a little shaken up, but I think he's all right. As the courtesy walk to the mound for Reese Coons to kind of give him a moment to catch his breath. Long week ahead for all 3 umpires here. Already getting beat up early in game 1 of this 4-game sectional. 2-2 the count. Tolbert checks the runner one more time, now delivers. And that one rolls out. Nice stop by Coons, who throws it down to second base, and that'll chase Starkey back to the bag. Count will go 2-2. Shirk looking to add a little insurance for the Chargers on top of the already 6-run lead. And he'll take a called third strike once again. So Shirk, 2 strikeouts at the plate, I believe both on called strikes. Well, grab the mitt after the strikeout and go look for some strikeouts of his own back on the mound. As we'll head to the bottom of the 6th inning, we'll keep it here on SummitCitySports.com. I'd like to remind everybody to follow us on Twitter at 260sports, like our Facebook page of Summit City Sports, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. As it's been another very, very successful year, thanks to our sponsors. The community has been great this season, covering more and more events, getting to more and more athletic events, and really putting a spotlight on the Fort Wayne area athletics and beyond, really. Once again, we can't thank enough our sponsors. Our support has been key into allowing us to go to more and more events this year and do things like we're doing right now, covering postseason baseball.
Cowboys, keep ass. Good job.
So 10 hits for Carroll. 2 errors for the Chargers, though. Just the 1 error for Snider on 3 hits. And just the 1 run, though. So Jake Shirk back on the mound.
Now batting for Snider, number 12, Colbert.
No earned runs through 5 innings for him. Just 79 pitches, working rather efficiently. 9 strikeouts and a walk for Shirk. He gets a swing and strike right away from the pitcher for the Panthers currently, Jeffrey Tolbert. Tolbert, a 373 hitter, though, for the Panthers, as he'll foul that one off 0-2. And 5 home runs for Tolbert. I believe he leads the Panthers in that category. Looking for base runners, though, right now for the Panthers. These two teams did face off earlier in the season. It was a doubleheader. As strike 3 for Shirk. Double-digit strikeouts for Jake Shirk. Now through 5 1/3. As he reaches 10 strikeouts, retiring Tolbert for the first out of the inning. But mentioned earlier, these two teams faced off earlier in the season. It was a 2-game Saturday doubleheader, and Carroll won both of those. They took both those games out at Snider High School. And first pitch for Simon Dellinger, fouled away. I believe this would be the conclusion of Dellinger's athletic career at Snider if the Panthers do get eliminated today, and what a career it's been, whether that's on the football field, an outstanding tight end for the Panthers as he takes ball 1, count 1-2. But Dellinger will be continuing his athletic career and academic career at Army. He'll be heading to West Point in the fall. Congratulations to Simon and Ryan as well, his father, who covers a lot of sports here in the Fort Wayne area on SummitCitySports.com. Does an excellent job on the football and our volleyball coverage. I'll tell you what, if it wasn't for Ryan, maybe one of the better volleyball play-by-plays in the area, as he does a great job covering our volleyball season in Fort Wayne area. Full count now for Simon. Shirk hunting for strikeout number 11, and Dellinger will strike that one to the second baseman in Needens, who retires him at first to Fretz. So 2 outs in the inning.
Now batting for Snider, number 21, Tolbert.
For Carroll.
21, Brewer.
Austin Brewers now steps in for the Panthers. You know, baseball is one of those games where you can be really, really hot, and then it just takes that one game to kind of throw you off a little bit. As I mentioned last week, Snider defeated Penn, as that's in for a ball, 1-0. That was at the time second-ranked state Penn. That was a 5-2 win for the Panthers, and they've winners of their last 4 straight coming into this one. But run production has been a problem so far for the Panthers, and Jake Shirk's a big part of that. 10 strikeouts and just the 1 walk, the 1 run given up. As swinging strike for Austin Brewer. Pitch number 93 coming up for Jake Shirk. Shakes off the catcher Sebastian Coons, now deals. Comes home, it'll be a swinging strike in the dirt. Coons will throw down to first base. Fretz will get it, and 11 strikeouts for Jake Shirk. As we'll head to the top of the 7th inning. That'll be the last chance for each team to make a mark on the scoreboard. Chargers looking to extend the lead. 7-1. We'll take a quick break here on SummitCitySports.com.
Parkview Sports Medicine is an integrated sports medicine team. We're treating injuries when and where they happen and working to prevent them before they do. We believe the best care is coordinated care, helping ensure you get the individualized services you need every step of the way, offering innovative treatment techniques to get you or the athlete you love back in play. Reaching higher, pushing further. Parkview Sports Medicine. Game on.
I chose St. Francis because they made a promise that I would have real-world experience that I could take when I graduated, and they delivered on that promise. For me, the classroom only gets you so far, so they're setting you up with an internship. I had a mentor that they set me up with that was a CEO of a DuPont hospital in Fort Wayne. They offer degrees in accounting, business administration, risk management and insurance, marketing, and finance. You know, they just did a great job of the full circle of not only the education but also the experience.
Welcome back to DeKalb High School. Balin Height here for SummitCitySports.com as a 6 p.m. start has moved along rather quickly as we're already in the final frame of the game here in the state of Indiana. 7 innings are played.
Now batting for Carroll, number 21.
As 7:35 reads the clock. Only an hour and 35 minutes, and that was after some time of introduction as well before the game got going. So pretty fast-paced moving game for a 8-run total output. As haven't had a run since the 3rd frame. Snider started things off with a 3-hit first inning that pushed across the first run of the ball game. And then Carroll exploded in the 2nd and 3rd frame for 7 runs, and that's where we stand. 10 hits for the Chargers, 3 for Snider. And now 0-2 to Sebastian Coons, the catcher. Coons is 1 for 3 today with a hit, an RBI, a run, and a strikeout. As that one runs inside. Chargers had a rough start from Deron Swanson, who got roughed up on a couple of home runs and some trouble in the outfield. He went 2 1/3, 59 pitches for 7 runs, all earned on 3 strikeouts, a walk, and then the 2 home runs given up. 6 hits for him, but ever since Jeffrey Tolbert has come in for the Panthers, 3 2/3 for him so far on 61 pitches, just the 4 hits, 2 strikeouts, and 2 walks. He's done a pretty good job at limiting the damage, hasn't given up a run yet. As the count now 2-2 for Tolbert on Sebastian Coons. Tolbert comes home and strikes out Coons. Strikeout number 3 for Tolbert, and the first out here in the top of the 7th inning.
Now batting for Carroll, number 28.
If the Panthers are going to have any chance in the bottom of the 7th inning to even this thing up or even try to win the ball game, they're going to have to keep the Chargers off the scoreboard in this frame. Jared Hanshew, the 3rd baseman, now up to bat. Takes a called strike. Hanshew 2 for 2 today with a walk, 2 hits, and 2 runs. The only Charger who's reached every time he's been up to bat. But now he's ahead 0-2, or he's behind 0-2, excuse me. Tolbert has done a really, really good job of slowing this game down and giving the Panthers a chance, but facing a pretty tall task in the opposition for the Chargers through 6 innings. And nice play there from Tolbert, who fields his position well and gets the 2nd out of the game. A little shot right back from Hanshew to Tolbert. Picked it up and tossed it to Dellinger at first base. So Micah Fretz up to bat. The 1 hit for Fretz. and 2 walks. I take that back. He has reached every time he's been up to bat as well. So now he's the only remaining batter in the Carroll lineup who's reached every time up to the plate, as Hanshu was finally retired there. Takes a called strike, 1-1. Fret's got the scoring going in his lone hit for the Carroll. In that second inning, it was a 2-run home run that took the lead 2-1, and Carroll hasn't looked back since. Just fouls that one off. Jake Shirk will come back out, looking to go for the complete game. Only 93 pitches for Shirk. Plenty of room left in that 120 pitch threshold that is enforced in sectional play, or postseason play, excuse me. I believe after a certain amount of pitches in a game, it'll be a 2-day rest for that pitcher if he were to go Friday night, so it'll have to be a different starter for sure for Carroll. As for the Northrop Bruins, more than likely will be their number 1 pitcher. So tough task for the team who draws this first Wednesday night game, because you're going to be facing everybody's number 1 pitcher. Because after Friday night, it'll be a 2-day break, so anybody will be ready to go on that Monday for Labor Day. So top of the 7th inning here. Last tax potentially for the Panthers. And it's Cameron Miller who shoots it to the second baseman, Cam Needens, off the Frets in the first out of the inning for the Chargers. Down to their final 2 outs are the Panthers. It'll be 7, 8, and 9, bottom of the order for the Panthers. Dominic Deisler steps in and takes the first pitch out, 0-1 or 1-0. Jake Shirk really settling in. Hasn't allowed too much traffic out on the base pass since that first inning, as that one's popped over his head. Took an awkward bounce for the shortstop, Bryce Ginter, but able to pick it up and field it to first base. Another quick out. Down to their final out are the Panthers, and the Chargers once again looking to return to the semifinal round and defend their sectional championship from last year. Looking to face off against Fort Wayne Northrop. That'll be here at 8 p.m. or at the conclusion of the DeKalb East Noble game. Last man standing is Drew Dane for the Panthers. Called strike in there, 1-1. Drew Dane 0 for 2 today with a strikeout. Fields that off to Bryce Ginter, who makes a throw to first base. A nice pick by Micah Fretz at first, and that'll end the ball game. So Carroll wins it. They win the first game of this 4-game set out here at DeKalb by the score of 7-1. By an offensive outburst in the second and third inning for the Chargers. 7 runs on 10 hits will do it. Jake Shirk will get the win. 7 innings pitched, 95 pitches needed. Just the 1 run. It'll go unearned, as there was an error that allowed the base runner to score. 3 hits, 11 strikeouts, and a walk. So 51 strikeouts now in the season for Jake Shirk, and he leads the team in that category. And he pushes the win record on the season to 7-0. Nice job by the Chargers offensively after a pretty loose first inning where the Panthers only scored their lone run of the game, as it started on an error, and then it was a RBI single, I believe, that pushed across that run. As we'll get the scoring plays here and get a bit of a recap before we sign out for the evening from DeKalb High School. Snider got things going in the first inning with the Reese Coons ground ball that was an error. And then Bryce Rennick singled, made it runners at first and second. And then Jeffrey Tolbert with the lone RBI for the Panthers in today's ball game, as Tolbert did really well on the mound, but offensively just the lone RBI. It was an RBI single that put a runner in to score. The one run for Snider, that would be their only lead of the game in that first inning, but it didn't last very long as we went to the top of the second inning, where Jared Hanshew singled, put himself on first base, and Micah Fretz shot a ball over the center field fence for the first scoring in the game for Carroll. They would take the lead in the top of the second inning, and they wouldn't look back from that. After that, it was a back-to-back blast from Lincoln Lance. That one went over the left field fence, made the game 3-1. And then a 1-2-3 inning for Jake Shirk settled things down for the Snider lineup before Carroll was right back at it with back-to-back doubles, placed runners at second and third. And then another double scored another run as Sebastian Coons doubled home Bryce Ginder. Then a little bit of a walk. Trouble from Darren Swanson. Loaded the bases up before Tolbert came in relief and walked home Fretz. That'd be 5-1 Carroll, and then the final scoring play of the ball game would be an error by Reese Coons, who shot it over the second baseman's head and allowed 2 runs to score on a Lance single, and then he would advance to second on the throw. So 7-1 the final. Jake Shirk gets the win for Carroll. Duran Swanson with the loss for Snider. Snider ends the season 15-10. Carroll will advance to 20-8 as they will play Fort Wayne Northrop here at 8 p.m. at the conclusion of the DeKalb East Noble game. That'll be live on SummitCitySports.com. I'll be here for both of those games. And then the eventual championship, May 27th. That'll be a Monday game. And we'll see where we go after Friday night. Should be a good 2 games there, DeKalb East Noble, and then Fort Wayne Northrop, and now Carroll. So Carroll will have a chance to look to defend their sectional championship. Snider ends the season 15-10. It's a 7-1 win for the Chargers. As we will wrap things up here for Balin Height. We'll be back Friday night out here at DeKalb High School.